For hundreds of years, many have tried to explain away the existence of aliens, demons, and fallen angels. It has been labeled as fiction, the stuff that movies are created from. But now, even science has uncovered some astounding facts that are baffling the minds of people all over the world. The fact that there are 145 alien genes discovered by modern scientists that claim that some DNA is not from earthly ancestors should be enough to cause us to rethink things that we label as fiction. In the May 2011 edition of the Discover magazine, titled "You Are Not Human," referring to the Asian and Caucasian race in an article titled "Meet the New Human Family," states that there were times when more than one species shared our planet. The article also states that anatomically modern humans interbred with Neanderthals in the Middle East before they populated Europe and Asia. Scientists are now saying that the Neanderthal gene is only present in the Asian and Caucasian, not in the African, and that when the Africans migrated out of Africa, they mated with something else. The question we should be asking is, where did the Neanderthal come from? Did the humankind truly evolve from apes? Did Asians and Caucasians come from the mixing of the seed of the fallen angels? Are there aliens among us? Where has this strange DNA come from? Are the demons and aliens that many claim to have seen the same entity? Lastly, where do the fallen angels spoken of in the Bible fit into all of this?
Now, our pigmentation is contained not just in floating around at random, it's in packets, cellular packets of pigment called melanosomes.
At first glance, under the microscope, there was no difference between the packets of pigments in the golden variety and those in the normal variety.
And then we submitted part of that for electron microscopy, which has much higher resolution, and there's where we saw a difference in the number, size, and density of those melanosomes in those melanophore, the pigmented cells.
Dr. Cheng was struck by the fact that these same three differences apply to light versus dark-skinned humans. Our skin also varies in the size, number, and intensity of pigments. The team then isolated the gene responsible for skin pigmentation in the zebrafish and showed that a mutation caused the golden variety's pale skin.
So this must be the one between, this is average.
Out of curiosity, the researchers examined the databases listing all the human genes.
You don't see a flat line right around it.
Surprise! They found a very similar gene, SLC24A5. But how could they find out whether the gene had the same function in humans as in zebrafish? They tried an experiment, injecting the human gene into the golden zebrafish. Jason Mest did the procedure, and it worked. When injected with the human gene, the embryo of the golden variety developed darker markings. Add a human gene and a zebrafish can change its stripes. It was progress, but not the breakthrough they were looking for. Now Dr. Cheng had to show that humans had a mutation comparable to that of the golden zebrafish that would explain lighter skin in people. Research work, like music, requires keen intuition and subtle interpretation combined with a great capacity for analysis. The geneticist called in fellow researcher Victor Canfield and an anthropologist, Mark Shriver. They set out to find a mutation, but not just anyone. It had to affect nearly everyone with light skin or the population with European ancestry. The mutation also had to be almost totally absent from other populations. In the HapMap catalogs, these circles represent the frequency of the gene's various mutations in 4 populations: European, Chinese, Japanese, and Nigerian. The researchers' job consisted in finding a group made up of a circle of one color and 3 circles of another. One day, they hit upon just such a combination: 1 blue circle for the European population and 3 red ones for the other populations.
It was a very striking finding, and it wasn't quite the aha moment it could have been until Mark Schreiber, who's done more of this work, realized that the frequencies are not only unusual but extremely unusual. That this is very few genes show that pattern. In this case, that we have almost 100% of one variant in one population and almost 0% of the same variant in other populations.
The mutation identified in the circles consisted in a unique change: A for the European population, which becomes G in all the other populations. The letters A, C, T, and G represent the building blocks of DNA. One tiny change among the hundreds of thousands of possible combinations in the human genome. The researchers then showed that the gene played a central role in the evolution of European skin color. It was like winning the lottery.
So there are 3 billion bases in our genome. One letter of that, which changes 1 amino acid in this protein, seems to be responsible for the evolution of lighter skin color in Europeans.
But the gene doesn't explain the difference in skin color between blacks and Asians. Other as yet undiscovered genes are likely involved. Still, it is the most important skin color gene yet discovered. We have the zebrafish to thank, not to mention Mr. Ba, for the inspiration. The discovery casts new light on an old theory.
It actually provides very great support for other people's work that have tried to explain why people have lighter skin in Europe, which is that in order to not get rickets, because we need vitamin D from the sun, we have to be exposed to that in our skin. You need lighter skin in order to make enough vitamin D to not get rickets to live further north.
According to the theory, some 200,000 years ago, the first modern humans, black Africans, started migrating outside Africa. But by showing that the original skin color of humans was black and that whiteness is a recent mutation in evolutionary terms, it doesn't contradict it. It's also a way of saying that whatever our skin color, our ancestors were black. As a doctor, Cheng saw applications for the discovery in the fight against skin cancer and other diseases.
This is a very important cancer susceptibility gene because lighter skinned people get a lot of skin cancer. It also causes susceptibility to acquired form of blindness, age-related macular degeneration. And perhaps this gene could be a target for treating melanoma, which is a very deadly cancer.
Mutate, to change in form or nature. Mutation. 1. The action or process of mutating. Synonyms: alteration, change, variation, modification, transformation, metamorphosis, transmutation. 2. The changing of the structure of a gene, resulting in a variant form that may be transmitted to subsequent generations, caused by the alteration of single base units in DNA, or the deletion, insertion, or rearrangement of larger sections of genes or chromosomes. Mutant. 1. A new type of organism produced as the result of mutation. 2. Undergoing or resulting from mutation. Mutant. 1. Freak, monster, mutation, deviant, oddity, monstrosity, or freak of nature.